Welcome to What's in the Bag, where we give the voice to the voiceless and we let you say whatever is on your mind. My name is Marvina and I am your host.
Look at me jumping. I'm just jumping all over the
Well, I'm gonna jump with you.
that
Jump,
virtual
jump.
thing is not it. You get it? I hope y'all see I'm jumping. This not supposed to do that. You know what? I just don't have confidence in these old virtual things. They talk about virtual. Then you guys see yourself doing glitches like this. I'm sorry, y'all. I am in a different location. So I had to try to use this virtual reality background crap. And then let me tell you something, it's not working. This is not it. I think I'm gonna have to just go pure background because I know I am not gonna be jumping the
Look at
whole time.
she pulling.
I'm not gonna be jumping. So let me
Oh,
see
I'm
if
up
I
there
can
with you.
because I am you
You
are
still,
not gonna be
yeah, you
seeing
got to
me.
go in and just disable it.
Oh, I am. I'm getting ready. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to disable it. I'm not
She
playing with this
she
one.
reached out there and just pulled
I
it.
pulled that thing right down. I ain't playing. I ain't playing. Wait, let
Uh,
me try to. It's not letting me come off of it. Let me see. Hold on.
well, what's in the bag, family? Welcome
Go
this
ahead. Take
morning,
it,
and
girl.
this is what you get when you're
Yay!
alive.
It's
This
not
is
bad,
what
boy.
happens when we're alive.
We are live. We are live. It won't let me take it off. Wait, let me see. Okay.
Hit your
No.
settings and then go
I
into.
am. Well, everybody, welcome to What's in the Bag, the Ed and Money Coffee with Marvina and my BFF. Bye. I'm jumping. I'm so upset about this because I can't get it to stop. Well, this morning we've been having some technical difficulties. We still thank God. He's an awesome God. He's gonna keep on. Let me see. Why am I not able to come out of this? This is literally bothering me. Cancel. It's still making me jump. Yvonne, take that for me, and I'm gonna hang out for a second. Okay? Can you take this for me?
I sure can. I sure
Go
can.
ahead. Go ahead,
Well,
girl.
this morning, while Marvina's over there getting some things together, I am drinking not the 8 o'clock original. I ran out, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't have the best eyesight, so I thought that was an 8 o'clock pod sitting over there in the cut, and it wasn't. It was a generic brand donut shop blend. So I'm believing. I haven't sipped it yet. So I'm believing that it's going to be good. It's I've got some equal in here and some sugar-free hazelnut for all of those.
All
You know,
right.
I take the fall for all the diabetics out there. You know, learn to love the taste and keep it moving. It's
Yeah,
well. Um, Marvina, you got your coffee this morning?
yeah, I do. I have my coffee while I'm jumping. I literally I had some hot coffee this morning because I could not find my cup. And last night I said I got a whole bunch of stuff going on around here. As y'all can see, I'm still jumping. I am drinking the good old IHOP coffee with some caramel mocha creamer. I didn't even put any sugar in my stuff this morning. And guess what? I even got some donuts. I take care of the sugar part with the donuts.
Oh wait,
I
oh let me
took the
get that
candy
chocolate
for
one,
that
Jesus.
girl. I'm telling you. But yes, that's what I got going on this morning.
Speaking of IHOP, you had some stuff going on last night at IHOP. She told me I
Yeah,
had a unibrow and everything. I was like, "Well, the god dog, let me just
I
eat my
was
food."
sitting there and I was like, this is my best friend. I connected. I
I'm
was
like,
like, why
"What?"
does it look like her? She got a unibrow.
It was literally a shadow because I had on a baseball cap and my hair is natural, and it was like it wasn't working yesterday, gang. It wasn't working. It looked like a hot mess. So I had a few little curls popping out the side and everything, but everything needed to be done. And this
Yeah.
nut gonna tell me, I said, look at my hair. She said, I don't put that hat back on. And why you got a unibrow? And I just said, what the
I was
when you
bugging. Yes.
already
I
feeling
was
some
so
kind of way,
tired.
that just added to
Yeah, man.
that
I
just
was so
added
tired
to it.
last night. I was so tired. I was trying to, I don't know. And that's like right now. And I cannot get why I cannot figure out life right now.
It's
But
okay.
anyway,
Yes.
I'm just gonna be, I'm gonna come out for a minute and let you work this out for a second.
Okay. Well, I don't know how to bring the guest on, so what do you want me to
I'm
do?
gonna do it. I'm gonna do
Oh,
everything.
you gonna okay, okay.
You do you, okay? Well, hold on.
Well,
I'm
all right
ready.
then. Well, let me, without further ado, first and foremost, let me go ahead and give a public service announcement to anybody that is tuning into the show. If you have not registered with EV Mux, please take and put your first name. If you don't want your first name, you hiding from the law or something like that, just put your initial and we'll give a shout out to the initial. But we just want to make sure that we are able to give you proper credit and recognition to your comments. But without further ado, we have had this young lady on the show before. She is very knowledgeable with all her wisdom about taxes and credit and repairing credit and things that you need to do to get on track in order to better enhance your life. We had a chat going on what's in the bag about how important is credit. Credit is so important. You cannot make a move to the right or to the left without having some form of good credit. And if you're one of those that does not have the best of credit, then you're paying so much more than the average person that does have good credit. So bad credit, you get punished quite a bit when it comes to interest and things of that nature. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Miss April to the
Remember when I
stage.
gave you all a secret tip on how to quickly get a collections account removed off of your consumer report? Well, this gentleman listened. He went ahead and contacted the CFPB and let them know that the collections company did not follow FDCPA guidelines. And just like that, they have already responded and notified him that they will be removing that account off of his consumer report. It's really that quick and easy. I did not make this up. These are literally the laws. If you have any questions in regards to doing this, as this is not a service that we provide as far as contacting the CFPB on your behalf. However, if you have questions, feel free to comment below. I'm on stage now.
Yes,
Good
ma'am. Good morning. Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Well, look, before we get started, I know that you more than likely have something over there in a cup. So tell us, what do you have in your cup this morning?
Oh, I have it's tea. It is tea. It's I made a concoction. It has ginger and turmeric and cinnamon in it. I put some Lipton tea and and it's cold. I'm drinking some cold tea.
It sounds good though. That ginger and that
You know,
turmeric
it's
is
very
good
good.
for you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm using it for my stomach and I'm a pre-diabetic, so yeah, I'm using it for my sugar levels as well.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So that's okay. So that we'll talk after that. I don't want to
Mhm.
digress and everything, but okay. Well, why don't you tell us before we get started, what is in your bag?
Um, as far as the credit,
Yes. Mhm.
okay. So my name is Nelia. I go by April because it is very hard for people to pronounce my name, and so I call myself April. I am a credit repair consultant. I call myself a credit connoisseur. I'm very well versed in credit. Not only do I do credit, I study, and I'm well diverse in FCRA FDCPA laws, which are assigned by Congress to the I'm sorry, the debt collectors and the consumer reporting agencies, which would be Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. The laws are the Fair Credit Reporting Act and Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. So, not like your typical I fix credit person. because I actually study these laws that they must follow, and this is how I'm able to help and assist other people. And also, I'm a seasonal tax preparer. I don't do taxes all year round, but in season, I'm also a tax consultant as well.
Girl, you got a lot of irons in the fire. A lot of irons in the
And I'm
fire.
a mom. I'm a full time mom. Yeah, that's in
Love
my
it.
bag.
So tell us a little bit more about credit and the credit laws. I know that in the intro that was shown, you were saying that there was a gentleman that took your advice from the last time
Mhm.
you were on the show, and he was able to get some things removed from his credit. Tell us a little
Right.
bit about that.
So, there's okay. So I would say elementary school wise, understanding of credit. You have Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and people term those companies as credit bureaus. However, they are not actually credit bureaus. There's only one credit bureau, and that is the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that I was talking about in the video that you all posted. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is a part of the government. People have to remember that bureau typically means you are a part of the government. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, they are not part of the government, nor were they assigned by the government to do what they do. And so the CFPB, they regulate what they do and make sure that they are following the laws. So I have a CFPB collections remedy template that the young man he purchased for me. Basically, collections companies, they are supposed to send debt validation notices before they post anything to your consumer report. And the debt validation notice, if you ever received any type of letter in the mail stating, "Hi, this is LVNV funding or Midland funding, portfolio recovery, Jefferson Capital," that's just to name a few. We have this account that you may have had with Verizon, Sprint, whomever, and in our possession, you owe XYZ amount. We're giving you 45 days to respond to this debt validation notice. If you do not respond, and responding is basically disputing. If you do
Mhm.
not respond or dispute this information or this letter that we have sent to you, we will report to your consumer report. So by law, they must give you 45 days to respond to dispute the information that they have before they can report to your consumer report. So the thing is, majority of people do not ever receive this letter in the mail. Majority of the time, you just
Mm.
wake up one morning and Credit Karma is telling you that you have a new collections reporting to your consumer report. Because this is a law that you must receive this, this is simple as stating to the CFPB, this company has violated my rights under the FDCPA. I did not receive a debt validation notice. I never received any type of ample amount of time to dispute the validity of this debt. And so for that, this must come off of my consumer report. And with
Wow.
that, it comes off of your consumer report because they are supposed to follow protocol.
Oh wow. Are they so once you send that in and that debt is removed, can that company put that debt back on there?
So
Can they
then,
contact you again?
yes. So typically, now here's the kicker.
Mhm.
Um, typically, what happens is if they violate, they owe you $1,000 per violation.
Stop.
Um, right. And so once they quote unquote violate and they kind of made it known that they violated by removing off the consumer report, it basically depends on the amount of the quote unquote debt. So if it's less than $1,000, or if they're reporting to, and I'm sorry, can y'all hear the baby?
Oh, that
It's
you
okay.
the girl, please. Go with that back.
Okay, okay,
Let them talk.
okay. I was about to say, be quiet. So,
Mhm.
or if it's reporting to all three of the consumer reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, it's $1,000 per violation, which means that Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, that's $3,000. So it's a game. If it's less than $3,000, or if they're reporting it to all three, or if it's less than 1,000 because they're reporting to just one, they may not want to gamble with you again, because technically by law they owe you $1,000, and they know it.
What?
They owe you a
I've been
thousand dollars.
violated. I've been
Yeah.
violated a lot. I
Yeah.
need my
Well, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
they owe you $1,000, and they may not want to. They're going to either say they're going to remove it, and then they're not going to see a debt validation notice, because removing it and then trying to do it right states basically I'm admitting guilt. So they
gotcha.
may just remove it,
Wow.
so they won't have to come back and give you $1,000, and then it just end all be all. Or they will remove it and then state, here's your debt validation notice, but then now you have the 45 days to respond. So different companies will do different things. um it just basically kind of depends on how much it is that they're stating that if it's well over $1,000, and they say, hey, I want this money from this person, then they may try to gamble with it. But then it's so easy as just sending a cease and desist letter, sending a cease and desist template to their response of a debt validation notice. You always want to respond with a cease and desist, can have that item removed permanently off of your consumer report.
Wow.
This stuff
I mean,
do
I'm
work.
learning some.
I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
funny, but the last time you was on here and you told me to tell the creditors about all in, and I did this. I did the steps that you told me to take, and yeah, I witnessed it. They stopped calling. They stopped. Yeah.
Yep.
So mainly is what you're telling these people, telling everybody they need to take control. They need to take control of their own credit issues and
Yeah.
out here.
Because the laws are in place for us. And the thing is that for some reason we just think we're this big compared to these companies. But when you
Mm,
bite back, it's a small thing to a giant. Like, you will realize how much control that you have. It's just that we do not know these laws. And the thing is, my people, we do not read. We do not read. We do not read, because when you receive those debt
yeah.
validation notices, it says per FDCPA law, per Congress, 15 USC section
Mm.
code, whatever, I must send you this, and I must allow you time to dispute this before I can report to your consumer report. We do not read it. We just start crying. Oh God, a collection spot that's reporting on my consumer
Right.
report. What am I supposed to do? Should I pay? Should I do this? And no, if you read it, it tells you exactly what you can do. And nowadays, sometimes they're telling you, here's the email address if you want to dispute this. And it's as easy as copying and pasting the cease and desist template and sending it off to them. And then they have to. Here's the thing. You never signed a contract with these collections companies. You never signed a
Mm.
contract with them. You might have signed the contract with Sprint, Verizon, or whomever it is that you may have technically the original creditor that you really owed, but they sold your debt to the collections company, and now the collections company is trying to coerce you into saying that you owe them. This whole country is built off of contract law and agreement. And until
Wow.
you verbally over the phone or in handwriting say, oh, I know what debt you're talking about. Yes, I agree, I owe this debt. They are now saying you agree that you owe me. And then you say yes.
Wow. Okay.
And then now
Okay.
you owe this debt. But you never, ever, 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 ever say
Ever.
to collections company, I know what you're talking about, and I agree that this debt belongs to me.
Never. Never.
No,
So
never.
Never.
so what if they keep so what if they're calling you, like, just literally blowing up your phone?
You can tell them to
And
cease
you
calling you.
okay.
And
Okay.
so, but what I will say is, be careful what you say over the phone. And so,
Mhm.
you always want to make sure that, um, you could say you are who you are and whomever, but you never want to say I know of the debt and I know what you're talking about. You never want to schedule type of payment arrangements, and let's be clear, I'm speaking with about the collections companies, debt the debt buyers. I'm not talking about the original creditor, because with the original creditor, I'm sorry, you have a
Mhm.
contract in agreement with them. So but as far as the collections companies, setting up agreements, payment plans or whatever, you're throwing away money. The collections
Okay.
company is a great hustle. It is a great way to get money off of people, because people don't understand contract law. Um, so you don't have a contract or agreement with them. There's no way that they can force you to pay, unless, and
Hmm.
just to jump the gun, you keep ignoring, and then they start threatening you and scaring you by, okay, well, now we're going to sue, we're going to take you to court or whatever. But this is why you always do cease and desist. And if
Mhm.
they respond with a statement or a bill, or say, here's a bill with the original creditor, or here's the bill with Verizon or Sprint, you then respond back, a bill between myself and another entity or another company does not state that I owe you anything. I need something, the agreement between you and I. And so a
Wow.
bill is
Okay.
not a validation of debt. And so
Mhm.
you have something called an estoppel by silence letter. And that basically states, and it protects you in the event that they try to sue you, threaten garnishment or whatever. It protects you. And it's basically states, I requested from you a cease and desist. This cease and desist, I asked you to provide me certain list of information that they never have, um, that they never respond back with. They always only if they respond, they're only responding back with an itemized bill.
Oh wow.
You never
Mhm.
provided me this information, so I estoppel by silence. And estoppel by silence basically means I asked you for information to verify this debt, and you were not able to provide me that information. And so you cannot sue me in court because I asked you for information that you failed to provide. So why are we here?
Why are we
And the
here?
judge is going
Wow.
to say, is this true? And you say, here's my tracking number, here's my tracking information. I do not know this company. I never was in business with this company. I never did anything with this company. I never told this person that I wanted to give them a dollar. I'm only here to protect myself from garnishment and protect myself from this judgment. That's the biggest thing we
Wow.
don't do. We get scared when it comes to anybody saying your name versus whatever company, and there's laws to protect you. And the biggest issue is that we don't think that it's necessary for us to go into court and to protect ourselves, but it is, because then you're crying when they're garnishing your checks.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
because you're getting your checks garnished, or just because somebody is suing you in court, does not mean that they have rights to this country
Mm.
is built off of money. Any
Mhm.
judge will hear a court case if it doesn't make sense or not, because it makes them money, not them, but the any jurisdiction that you're in, it makes them money to not turn somebody away. It can be the
Wow.
craziest case in the world, but it is your job as the defendant to come and defend yourself.
Mm.
And once you come and defend yourself, the judge is going to say, well, and and
Mhm.
this is, I have clients all the time that says, April, I'm going to court, somebody is suing me, what do I do, how can I respond? And I tell them, go. Why are you scared? Just go. And when they go, and I say, you tell them you never had a contract, you never had an agreement with them. And
Mhm.
when you tell that judge that, the judge looks at them like this, and they say, well. And so a lot of the time when you do respond to any type of judgment that you have against you, once the plaintiff, LBNB, the collections company attorneys find
Mm.
out, most of the time they don't show up, or they're trying to call you to see, hey, can we work this out before? I tell my
Mm.
clients to countersue. And with
Wow.
countersuing, you have the right to countersue. You countersue and say, I never received a debt validation notice. Never received a debt validation notice. This collections company has been sitting on my credit for all of these years, and I've been getting all of these denials. And so, yes, they're here asking me for $1,200, but now I'm asking for $10,000 because I couldn't get a car.
Wow.
I had, I couldn't get an apartment because of this collections company sitting here. They've reported to all three consumer reporting agencies, and from my understanding, I'm allotted $1,000 per violation. So they violated by not sending me a debt validation notice. And I've been contacting them. I asked them to cease and desist. They never stopped ceasing and desisting, and now we're here. And I'm asking you, you're entitled to anything that you are denied, you can sue for. If you
Woo.
tried to get a car and you were denied because of that collections sitting on there, or you tried to move into an apartment or a house and they told you no because of that collection sitting on there, you can sue that company. And so I always tell
Wow.
people to counter sue, because once you start counter suing and you let them people know that you know what you're talking about and you know that they're supposed to follow FDCPA, they get scared. And so, in 9 times out of 10, they're gonna want to drop the case. So
Wow.
it's just,
You
it's just,
you dropping some true knowledge today,
yeah,
some true pearls of
Yes,
wisdom
honey.
because I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue you.
yes,
Do this, I'm gonna do that.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am,
So
yes,
serious.
ma'am. I'm 5-0.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to tell somebody yesterday on the phone. They said, if you can get an attorney, I don't need an attorney, baby. I go pro se all day. I represent myself. I know what I'm talking about.
All
Right.
right then.
Yeah,
Wow.
they feel threatened. Then at that point, we are now we about to sue each
Yeah.
other. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win some money.
Yes.
All right.
Especially
So
when you only asking for, I mean, people's collections amounts are, different. Some people it's just $700, some people's a couple
Mhm.
thousand, whatever the case is. But I tell my client, you sit there and you figure out how you can get back more than whatever it is that they ask you, and watch that ball
wow.
drop.
There was one right here. I
Wow.
really wanted to ask. It says, "What happens if you deferred your student loans? Is that admitting you owe them?
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
cannot see
Um,
the
Here,
comments.
I'm trying to get it. Okay, you get
so
that?
I get, yeah, they mean when you defer.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It depends on what would, and 9 times out of 10 in the way you are, because it's I don't like doing things on the internet,
Right.
because
Mm.
when you do things on the internet, there's always these disclosures that you never read, and they
Mm.
have you checking boxes, terms and agreements, and etc. that you just click, 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 click through. And so if any of that verbiage stated that you are agreeing that you will pay, or you're agreeing that you know what this debt is, and
Wow.
you just didn't
Okay.
read it, and you clicked on that box and you said yes, then
You
yes.
you, you kind of stuck like
So
Chuck.
yes.
That
And so now that is a time that you would want to call and say, hey, you can, and that's when you say, hey, I'm in a situation to where mm, I've received an alert, because everybody's student loans is kind of transferred. They didn't shuffle them around.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my student loans have been transferred, but I'm like, I ain't signing on online and doing nothing online. I ain't clicking on no boxes. I ain't doing no terms and agreements or nothing online, because I do not want to say I know what this debt is, and I agree that it's supposed to be
Mm.
there. If anything, I'm going to pick up a phone. I've been receiving alerts, hey, Aid Advantage, or I Department of Education. I've been receiving alerts that my student loans is transferred. I haven't had time to look into this. I'm not agreeing that I owe any debt to you, but I would like to figure out how I can go into deferment, buy myself some time, and if you could send me some type of information that I can look over, or can we pause these payments, and while I'm looking over into this information. That's the best thing to do, because just like and I'm not well versed into student loan discharge and etc. But it is similar to contract law. A lot of these companies try to aggressively get you to log in, and because they know when you log in,
Mm,
you're clicking on terms and agreements and agreeing to certain things, and that's a part of contract law as well. So
wow.
situations like that, it is best to do things either over the phone or say, hey, provide me with documents. And then when you provide yourself with documents, and this is probably going to be way over certain people's heads, but I'm going to go ahead and say this, certain documents that they provide you, and you say, hey, can you send it to me via mail? And then I sign it and send it back to you. Sign your name, your full name, and then you're going to UCC 1-308 underneath your signature, and you're going to write all rights reserved. And so basically, you're stating, I signed this document, but I'm not waiving any of my rights. So I don't care what the contents of this contract or agreement states in here. I'm not
Mm,
waiving my rights to anything, but I'm signing this because I want you to go ahead and process my deferment, or whatever it is. And you can sign every bit of any contract that you receive ever,
mhm,
ever, anything that anybody's asking you to sign.
Look at that enemy. Look
mhm.
at him.
It's
Shoot.
alright. She gonna
Come
come right
back.
back
Come
in.
back in. Come on in.
She gonna
You
come
see
right
that?
back in.
Good information. Yes, yes, yes. You saw that enemy reworking. Look at it. Good
Yes.
pros.
I can't even see the comments over here on my
Yeah,
side.
you
It's
can't.
all
Oh, I
good.
can over here. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
can. Let
I'm glad you can, but I have a good question that
me see what's going on.
for her that a young lady asked me to ask when she comes back, and it is about, well, while we're waiting for her to come back, I'll go ahead and just kind of bring this up, just kind of preface it a little bit. A young lady saw, we were talking and I was showing her about, what's in the bag and what we do. And I said, well, this upcoming week, we have this young lady, April, coming back to give more credit tips, and not necessarily credit tips, but credit gems, and to give you the knowledge and the
Okay,
wisdom
I'm
to be able
back.
to get
There
through.
it is.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Um, it was a young lady that I met the other day, and I was telling her, that you're going to be on the show, and and what you do, and she had a very good question I never even thought about. She said, "What legal right or recourse do you have when you've taken out a payday loan?" And a lot of people, in Georgia, payday loans are not legal. But a lot of times, like you say, people get on the internet, and you have the tribal communities that now do these loans that are 300%, 400%. She said every 2 weeks they're pulling $350 out of my check for a $1,200 loan. And she said, and I just don't have it anymore. So she said, I just stopped paying. And she said, what I try to do, I try to beat the clock. I said, beat the clock. She said, I try and pull my money out the minute it hit, before they can before they can take and deduct. She said, but I don't want to get sued. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So what do you have to say on that one?
So the thing is, she signed a contract with the original
Mm,
creditor. Um, Now she would have to do research on the company to see if they were supposed to be doing business in the state. Sometimes people don't understand that you have to be registered to do business in certain states, and so, and that's something that she may even want to, and it may not be feasible for her to get an attorney to kind of review.
mm-hmm.
um but I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to direct nobody to do any wrong, but times are hard right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to keep it real. And again, I'm not trying to tell nobody to do this, but times are hard.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have clients that say, April, I can't do this, like I can't afford to do this, it's this or eat, it's this or, buy
Yeah.
my baby this, my baby needs some shoes. Um it's a gamble, and so I understand why people do certain things because they do it to get by, but then they end up in even more debt than
Dead.
what they,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not telling nobody not to pay anything, but if you were in an event that, hey, I gotta survive and I just can't pay it, I would say 9 times out of 10, and I see it happen 9 times out of 10. What these companies are doing, especially in the state of our economy, they just want something other than nothing. And what they'll do is they'll end
Yeah.
up selling the debt off to a collections company.
Okay.
And I tell
Okay.
people all the time, once it gets sold to collections company, do some cartwheels in your front yard
I
Hey,
love that.
because you
okay,
know that, okay, the
hey,
original creditor sold the debt. I don't have to worry about the original creditor coming after me. I can fight toe to toe with this collections company because I don't owe you
Gotcha.
anything.
But
yes,
and so
man.
that brings me to, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
That,
'Cause I'm
that
all
that
happy.
brings me to my next question. So when that debt is sold, when that original creditor, and I'm okay, let's use this. Just say Toyota Credit. You
Hmm.
defaulted on the car loan, and then they wind up selling that bad debt to another creditor.
Hmm.
Toyota, if you are able to fight, like you said, toe to toe, and get that taken care of, Toyota cannot come back after you for that same debt because they sold it.
They sold the debt. They got paid, whether it was pennies on a dollar. They took something
Mm-hmm.
and they got paid. You
I
you are
love that.
released. That's why anybody ever called the original creditor and they once they receive, I don't understand for the life of me, people get so scared once they receive something from a collections company. Baby, you ain't paid the original creditor. That was the big dog. You didn't pay the
Mm.
original creditor, and now you scared of a collections company. That's I tell my clients all the time, if you owed me money and you knew you owed me, but then some random person come knocking on your door and saying, hey, well, I gave April $5 and she took it, and now I'm here
Mm.
and I'm telling you you owe me 8. You gonna look at this person like you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know how
Wow.
people are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, so this is why when you call the original creditor and they say, I'm sorry, we can no longer collect payment on this because we sold the debt is now with the
Yeah.
collections company. Legally they can't take any money. That's because they did
They-
an agreement with them,
Wow.
and that washed you away from whatever debt that they
Love
owe, and now they can't double back because they
Girl,
can
you
also get into
you
it.
I'm telling you,
you
I
are
did
giving
it.
me
I
some
did it.
knowledge
Yeah,
Did
today,
it.
baby.
Did this. I was so shocked that it worked, but then you find yourself. Then once you do it that first time, you like, ooh, it's like I got
You wait. I'm
power
on.
here.
I'm on. I
Wait a
want
minute.
my phone to ring today. I'm ready. I want my phone. Okay.
yeah,
I was like, wait a
Yes.
minute. I went through the whole script because the last time she told us, I wrote that mug down. I couldn't believe
Mm.
it worked. It worked, baby.
hmm
I said, y'all
Wow.
don't
Wow.
know who we got. We said,
Wow.
we know, baby.
yep,
So if they
yep,
so
yep.
if they call you and you say, "Hey, you're not the original creditor. I don't owe you any money." Is that how
Hmm.
you say that, or you just say, "I
You
don't owe you any
can't.
money"?
Well, no. So you wouldn't say, "Oh, you're not the original creditor," because I I wouldn't even say I agree that I owe.
Okay.
Even
Mhm.
though if you can, I mean, you can. I'm not telling you not to. You can, but you don't want to open up a rabbit because the thing is, sometimes people get stumbled over the phone, and these are recorded lines.
Mhm. Okay.
And so they say,
Okay.
"Oh, so you're agreeing that you owe da 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 da." You don't have to do too much of a conversation with them over the phone. You can tell
Mhm.
them, to cease calling you. You can ask them, "Oh, how did you receive my information?" And etc. And okay, well, cease calling me. What is your contact information? And etc. And you can let them know, okay, well, I'll be sending over a cease and desist to your, dispute department. Do
Mm.
not call this phone no more.
Girl, you just engaged some knowledge when I
Yeah.
tell you.
Yes,
Mm-mm-mm.
ma'am.
I
I
hope
like,
I
I don't
hope
know.
our viewers are taking notes today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if anybody getting something out of this, but I show am. It's
I know
great
I
because
am.
I don't. These debts, you get in debt and you just freak out because you're like, man, I'm gonna owe these people forever, and they're gonna keep calling me. The only way I'm gonna get paid if I make enough money, and I don't see me making any money right now to be able to pay them, to pay Paul, and then here come a collection person right at the time, right when you feeling some kind of way, they calling you talking about that you owe them money. I learned to right now, and I'm not lying, since the first segment you made, I am not lying. I got more confidence because one thing I realized, they are people just like we are. They're doing a job.
Yep.
And
Yes.
I'm afraid of listening, to talking to people that's doing a job. No, I had to learn that. Then I took control over it. And if you know me, well, my mama could tell you, if you know me, I'm going to take control over the conversation. And once I take control over the conversation, and I know what I'm talking about too, because I got the information, baby, it feels good to know that even your debt that God got you, you ain't got to worry about man. It ain't about the man and what he talking about. I
So,
ain't telling nobody to get in debt and not pay their bills. Don't
yeah.
understand what I'm
Right.
saying.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
not what
that,
we're saying.
yeah, I'm just saying that, we all fall short. And sometimes we need a helping hand, or sometimes there's some things going on in our lives, and we gotta pay Paul borrow from Paul and pay Pete, or however that thing go. And
You know,
your credit get affected.
yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
I'm a prime witness. I had a car accident, and when I had a car accident, there was decisions, choices I had to make, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have a job, or whatever the case may be. And a lot of my bills started going down, but that was my hiccup. And then I'm saying, my God, here we go. And, the collector's going to call, but I gotta only realize that I only can do what I can do. But I'm going to fix my situation. Anybody gonna come and bully me? They gonna tell
That's
me,
right.
"Hey,
That's
me,
right.
are you gonna lie to me? You ain't gonna do that. That's one thing you ain't gonna do, because I get my information from the source."
That's
Thank
right.
you very
That's
much,
right.
April.
So now I understand one of my siblings, they were like, "Oh, I can't wait for it to go to collection. Send it to collection. Please send it to collection." So now I understand
Yep.
why she was saying that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That is wow.
Send it right over to.
Send
If
it
they,
over.
when they be on the phone, well, if you don't pay it, we're gonna send it to collections. Okay.
Guess what? Tony said,
Love it.
also, you're online. Do not click on the no thank you option. That gives them a check mark to use for other
For other
purposes.
purposes.
Also,
Always. Yep.
Mhm.
I
I
don't
will
click on.
exit
Yep.
out the
He's
page.
right.
Yeah.
You just exit out.
I never knew that.
That, and then
You
it
just exit out
also,
of
if they're
everything.
and then like if
Yes.
they're trying to track you down for a debt, when you click on something online, it is telling them that this is the last activity that
Mm-hmm.
you had with that account. Not yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you have to be
Oh,
they've gotten
wow.
very slick. They've gotten very slick.
Yes, they got that slick.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
other is Facebook user. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. You're gonna have to put your name behind so we can kind of identify who's speaking. But that is what the Siberian people use.
That's sovereign people use.
Sovereign.
Sovereign people.
What is
Yeah.
it saying? Okay, go
This
say
is
it.
what the
Oh,
sovereign
that's
people
what the
use.
sovereign people use these
Yep.
laws. What do you like? Law?
Yeah.
Okay, explain that.
So basically, the sovereign people would. Okay, so I look at it as how can I best describe
So,
it?
what's the word sovereign? Those are people identified as a different people of a
So
race.
sovereign people are going to be like your tribal people, your Moors, and etc. They do use this information. They do, but it is not just for them. The laws, the I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say without anybody getting offended.
I'm sorry. This
The
is not
sovereign
flag.
people,
It's not
the
about
sovereign people, they take more. They're more woke.
who,
There you go. Yeah.
They're
There
more
you go.
woke.
who
They
was
they
that? I didn't
they
hear
are
who.
more woke. woke. Like
Okay,
They
who are the sovereign people? Who are? I still didn't get
so
that.
like the sovereign people would be like the tribes, your tribes, the
yeah,
people, and then like your Moors, the people there. I don't know. I don't know how to say it without anybody
certain
saying,
races and
getting
classes of
offended.
people
Yeah,
that utilize
they're
the laws to their
okay,
advantage.
thank you. Yes. And they will, these are the people that, if you've heard people, sovereign people, they are very well versed in law.
Mhm.
Because they're moving around as sovereign people. Basically, I'm not under this U.S. Like they do
Bam.
not follow the colors of law. And I'm trying not
Mhm.
to get too in depth because
I
then we
got
open
you.
up,
I got you. I
different,
know what a sovereign person is. I got you now. I see what you're
yeah.
talking. I think I believe in you painted a good enough picture for me to understand what you mean now. So yeah, they use this as the law all the time. So, but the laws also
Yeah.
But
apply
it's
to
for
us too.
yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is for yes, yes, Diane, what Diana said. And so they utilize the laws, and there is so many laws, and I don't like to open up this rabbit hole of things because this is when you talk about discharging debts,
Mhm.
HJ, and I'm trying to, it's HJR 192. Like you don't really owe debt, money is not real. It's just sometimes you can't really scratch too much of
That's
the
stepping
surface
into the
with
Alice
certain
in
people.
Wonderland
Yes, because then it just
side of
opens up a
things.
deep rabbit hole for some things that
Mhm.
people don't understand. And some people they get to the surface of it and then they get themselves,
And
I don't
so
want to say in trouble, is because once you get in there, you must stay in there. You must go deeper and deeper. Some people
That's
just say,
right.
"Oh, I can discharge my car, I can discharge student loans," and then they get to the
And
point to
I
they're
was going to
trying to
ask you
do it.
about
They
that
don't know what to
too.
do next.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you
I'm
wind up
sorry.
getting
Yeah,
the eyes of
we
Uncle
got
Sam on you.
I'm so sorry. I know
Yeah.
it's, but we got a few.
Oh yeah.
We said the debt collectors doesn't get the original contracts when you buy the debt. Of course,
So the
Not
debt
always.
collectors, they do get the contract. Okay. Some of them do, some of them don't, but that does not mean just because they a
get
part
the
of their agreement with the original creditor may be, let me have, the contract or the agreement that they will give that information to the debt collector for the purpose of intimidation to the
Mhm.
debtor. So the person that owes on the debt. A lot of times the collections company may just buy an itemized list of an Excel spreadsheet, basically of account names, social security numbers, and their information. They don't have anything. Whether they bought that debt or not, that is a contractual agreement between that company and that company. I was
Mhm.
not a part of this agreement. Even if the your you know the there's clauses in your agreement with the original creditor that says, hey, you agree that we can sell your debt, your information to a collections company. That's basically for their protection of giving your private information to another entity. That does not mean that, hey, because it was said in this contract that I'm going to pay whomever it gets sold to. No, it's just basically protecting yourself because you can sue anybody that provided your information to a third party.
That's
The-
right. Wow.
So that does not mean just because they bought the contract, that was an agreement between you and that person. That person is also can be defined as a company. That was you all's agreement. Now your job is to come in now as this third party entity and trying to coerce me into saying that I agree to pay you. And as long as I don't ever say that I agree to pay you, I know what this debt is. I want to do a payment arrangement. Yes, I know what this. You don't have to pay them anything because this whole country again is built off of contract law. And until
Mm.
you bind yourself, and you can bind yourself verbally, and this is why I say try not to talk to them over the phone too much because sometimes people cannot help their mouths and they say certain things. and then you have
Yeah.
bonded yourself into an agreement with them verbally to get
Yes.
out.
I hate to stop. I know we have to get up out of here. I
We
know
have to
we
bring
have
you
to,
back
yeah, we
again.
have to bring you back again. So basically, I had put up inside of the comments. There's a link. You can click on that link if you want to get
The
what
cease and desist, the cease and desist template. So I'm providing a free cease and desist template to all of the viewers that are here today. If you click on that link, it says free cease and desist template. It basically has, and highlighted in yellow, collection company name. You will insert their name there. Has the address. I made sure I printed it out for y'all, but it's up there. The address, that you'll send it to, the collections account number. If you have more than one account with them, list all the accounts that you have with them. Send it off priority mail. Make sure you have tracking information so you can prove that you sent off this cease and desist template over to them. Again, this is free. Also in that link, I've placed 2 companies that you can utilize to help you rebuild your credit, because people need to understand that fixing your credit does not stop at removing items off of your reports. You must
That's
build
right.
positive credit history. And so these 2 companies that I placed in there, they do not do any type of credit check. So that means that they don't care if your score is a 300. They don't care if it's a 700. You're going to get approved for it. And it can help with your utilization. It can help just rebuild. Just make sure you take care of those accounts. And I think that it is, if I stand by it and I support it, I think that you should sign up for it. It reports to all
Yes.
3 consumer reporting agencies as well. So just utilize those as well if you're in the process of needing to rebuild credit and you're not getting approved for anything. You can utilize those 2 links. And again, my information is right there. Approved Life Solutions, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. I have so much information on my platforms. You all can watch the videos. If you have any questions about anything that you're listening to that's on my pages, please feel free to contact me.
Hey, y'all see that? Y'all
All
see that?
right.
Y'all see that? All right. I'm sorry. You got something else you put up there?
Oh no, I guess she didn't.
No,
She
that
didn't
was me.
see
I
the
was
link.
my
You have to
thing.
scroll
I
up.
was trying to
Okay, yeah,
scroll
you put
down.
some stuff and rolling. Hey, Nani. Hello, everybody. I am so sorry I wasn't able to address you. Thanks again for being part, coming in and enjoying our day
Yeah.
with us on this Saturday. I missed y'all last week. I hyperventilated last week. I was bugging out. I think I almost fainted. I did. I was so upset I couldn't come
She
on.
did.
Yes, I was bugging. We want to thank you so much, April, which is my Nelia, my niece,
Yes.
and she give y'all so much great information. You know what I'm saying? And it's not
Yes.
it's a thing where if you want a better life, you're gonna try somewhere and start somewhere. And what she's telling you is you go in there and do some of these collections, get these collections off of you. Go into her Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok page, and this is her April. What is it? Approval. I
Approved
can't.
Life Solutions.
Thank you. I can't see them. It's like this small stuff. But anyway, she got a lot more to give. She got a
Yeah.
whole service for you. This is just the surface stuff, Yeah, I want a better life. You go in and you want help, and you got to go to the experts, and that's what we're here
Yeah.
for. Y'all got a lot of information right now. Just the little time that you came and listened, and I know that it can help improve a lot of us because there's a lot of people out here that's suffering with our credit issue and
That's
can't get
right.
nothing. We can't get a pot and a window
A
to
pot
throw.
to piss in or a window to
Okay,
throw it out
yeah,
of. I help you out.
that's what I'm saying. So you got to start somewhere. Why not get a solution? Get some type
Yeah.
of solution, some type of help. And I am ready. I am willing, and I am able. I'm coming in, April. I love you, baby.
Love
I
you too.
so much for being part of What's in the Bag. Y'all give
Yes.
my niecey some love, and I'm gonna give her a hand clap. I love you. I talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Love
All
y'all.
right,
Love you
baby.
too.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Let me think. I see some more comments. Look, I got a whole lot more comments. Make sure she go in. If y'all got some questions, make sure y'all get in. Go to her website and sign on. She gave you some free stuff. Everybody ain't giving away free information. Everybody ain't giving
That's
away
right.
free ways of helping you get yourself together. Well, because everything right now is not free. It's hard out here. We got a lot going on, and we don't realize this in our situation that people need help. We all need help. We all need love. You need to show some love. So I got a little right here. I'm just gonna put this out here. This is what Mother Teresa said. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving.
You better say that thing. You better say that now.
Okay, so I'm just asking right now. All you out there, it ain't got to be no great deal. You want to help out with what's in the bag. We're gonna grow anyway, but just see where your heart at. You know what I'm saying? We look to do this every Saturday and not ask. I guess we don't ask our guests to do it for any money, and they don't ask us for anything. They are willing to get out here and help y'all, give y'all some understanding on what's going on in their world, what's in their bag, whether they're giving you services or whether they're reviewing something, whether they're telling you about their lives and what they went through. We have doctors, we had preachers, and we just want to keep growing. We just asking, for help. And if you want to give, you could go to our Cash App $ What's in the Bag 21 and give a little donation. Start from here. And don't think that, oh, well, I'm making her bigger than this or that better than that. No, you are planting a seed. I promise you that. It's a seed of love for what we're doing. I love what I'm doing. How about you, Vaughn? You like
I
what
love what I'm doing, and I'll
you're
just go ahead and put out there. Help what's in the bag pay some bills. It
doing?
it costs money, lights, internet, different things that we have to do behind the scenes, the studio, things of that nature. Help us continue to be able to provide relevant and informative content and
Yeah,
knowledge to you guys.
yes. And of course, you can join our group. It's What's in the Bag. On Facebook, we all go in and we chit chat, we talk, we actually ask questions. If you want to be part of What's in the Bag, you can also DM us on What's in the Bag, and let us know you want to be part of the segment. You got something to say. You want to talk about it. You got a review. You got to sell something. You need to talk anything. That's what we're here for, to open up what's in your bag. Also, if you want to, or you're not a Facebook person, or maybe you know somebody that's not really into the Facebook. But anyway, even if you is into Facebook, go to our YouTube page. We're trying to grow that page. What's in the Bag 21? Subscribe. What else, Vaughn?
Like, share, and subscribe.
That's the thing. I like what she said.
Like it. We know if you like it, you're eventually gonna love it. So
Yeah.
share it and subscribe to it. Or maybe
Yes.
subscribe first,
Yeah.
then share it.
Yeah. Yeah. We
And
subscribe
turn
first
on the
and hit
notification
the
buttons.
notification so when we going live, because we go live every Saturday.
That's right.
We want us to let y'all know, hit notification. Also on Twitch, if you're a gamer, that's all you gamers. We are on there early in the morning, also on Saturdays. What's in the Bag 21? Everything What's in the Bag. So I don't know how you can't remember it or whatever. It's always What's in the Bag 21 or either What's in the Bag. I am excited and thank y'all for being part of, loving on us, sharing our comments, sharing with our guests, giving them love, talking to them, giving them all the love that you know. And I'm appreciating all the ones that's been there from the beginning. We're almost at a 3-year mark?
Uh-huh.
Is it 3-year mark
Yes, ma'am.
in
How
February?
how old are you?
Ain't nobody asked you all. Did nobody ask you how old I was? I just asked you about the 3-year mark. I'll be 53. Amen. I'll be 53.
Amen.
So
Then that'd
every
be the
year,
3-year
yeah,
mark. We
every year.
launched
Thank God.
on the your 50th.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. I don't know what we
Mhm.
gonna plan, but I know it's gonna be something big. I don't care. Every year is big for me. I don't just wait until till that, oh, it's significant. oh, you got to be 55, you got to be 50, you got to be. No, I'm a year older every year, and I'm going to celebrate. I'm just loving it. I celebrate. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being part of, again, another segment of What's in the Bag. You got
Yes,
something you need
yes,
to
yes,
say,
yes.
BFM?
I want to say something, guys. Hey, next week is Thanksgiving. So part at the end of the day, be blessed. Be a blessing. Bless somebody. You know, in this
Yeah,
season bless somebody. Whether it's
yeah.
a kind word, a monetary donation, a hot plate of food, you know, or just a phone call to see how somebody is doing. Be a blessing, and as always, have a blessed day. Love you
And make
guys.
sure y'all thank God. That's what it is. It's about thanking God. It's a thankful time. It's thankful family, friends, and our finances, and also thanking our God who provides all our needs according to his riches and glory. And that's on Thanksgiving Day, on all days, every day. But just remember him. Don't forget him. Bring him in. Give him some
That's right.
turkey. Let him be a guest in your house. Don't just
Always.
don't bring the spirit of alcohol and all that other stuff, and don't bring God. Let him be the focus point of this day. I love
That's right.
y'all. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.